Hello, welcome back to our Pacific Theater of Operations 2 playthrough for Super Nintendo, playing as Japan in the brink of war scenario. In the last episode, we had a little bit of fighting around the Marshall Islands. We managed to sink another American aircraft carrier. I think we sank three. That might be basically about everything they had in the Pacific. They'll probably be transferring stuff over from the East Coast eventually. And of course, whatever they happen to be building will start getting fielded. And like here at the end of the month, they'll start building new stuff that'll appear in, I don't know, depending on what they're building, between 3 and 10 months from now. I did give the U.S. faster build times. So whatever it takes us to build something, the Allies should be, well, the U.S. should be faster. All right, so this is the list of ships that are built, which is the Yamato. This was in construction from the beginning of the game. Our GNP is up to 51, which isn't very great, but it's okay-ish, I guess. We're maintaining parity with the army by having 13 bases. We will attend the meeting. We gained one card, so did the chief of staff. So we are now equal with the prime minister in terms of power, and the finance minister gets a little bit as well because the yield on the stuff that we captured. So our budget increased, so the finance minister gets a little bit more power as well. That's what I would assume, at least. Here's the foreign policy. So we went to war with everybody last month. This month, Thailand and Germany negotiations. Everybody wants to just negotiate, but we have to push to try to get a war with China because we want this to be realistic. Because Japan was at war with China before anything else happened. So we're to declare war, and we'll do it on the 3rd, which will give. We're going to try to set some objectives for the army to defend our bases in China. So this will give the army a little bit of chance to start moving. And we will do request war participation for Thailand, and we're going to do negotiations with Germany. Enter. This should be pretty much historically how it looks at this time. Alright, so he's wasting time. Unify. We have a couple of refusal cards in here. So he doesn't have a refusal. He doesn't have a refusal. He has 1 refusals. So we're going to direct the chief of staff to try to get him on our side. If we get him the direct, he'll cancel his plan, and he'll also take our side. So he refused there. So he's making a new plan. Okay. New plan. Gotcha. So he's trying to. This is the plea. I think that was the plea. That's the plea option where you're trying to get them to just abandon their plan, and they won't take your side, but they don't have a plan, so they become neutral. So we're going to pass it to the prime minister. See if he comes up with a new plan. He does. And hopefully the chief of staff will waste another motion on him. He does. So we know he doesn't have a refusal. So we're going to direct the prime minister to our side. So he's neutral right now. Okay. All right. So we have 1 person on our side. The chief of staff did the unify, so he might still have this guy to our left. Nope, just 1. Me. All right, cool. We get 3. We're good to go. So we're going to be declaring war on China. Operational goals. So these are our missions because we completed all the last missions. If you fail to do an objective, if you fail to do an objective, they give you a chance to just like retry, basically. So what we're going to do is Curry is safe. We don't need to do both defend, but we will do both occupy Singapore. Actually, I'm going to do Navy occupy Singapore. We're going to do Peking. So that's Indian, so that's British. Rangoon, Hanoi. We're going to try to get the army to occupy some of these Chinese possessions here. Give the army both jobs. That way they should start transferring troops over to China. I really feel like we are taking the riskier of the objectives there, attacking Singapore on our own. We'll plead with the chief of staff just to start whittling away at his refusal cards. We don't expect it. Yeah, he has. We don't expect to actually plead him down yet. There we go. Yeah, we just need to get rid of his refusals. Look at that. No one likes this plan. Thank you. See, is it? He doesn't have any. Nice. Okay, cool. He's going to plan, so that might have given him a refusal card, because whenever you use a card, you get a new one. We're going to just throw away the refusal and shuffle, and we're going to cycle as the Magic the Gathering players will tell you. It's called cycling, where you just throw away a card to get a new one. Okay. We're going to... I don't want to use my Unify, because that's really useful. So we're just going to extend the meeting. Yeah, there we go. I need I need some like attacking cards, like please and directs and all that. Okay. There's one. So I'm going to throw away a refusal. Uh-oh. Well, he's going to have the last word. Oh, that's poopy. Okay, well... It doesn't really matter. This really doesn't matter. Curry, defend, Singapore. So the army's not going to be very active in China. But we'll see. So here's go. This is the one I wanted to save the card for. So it's given us 6,000 for our budget, 5,000 for the army. You can see how the numbers have really gone up. If we would have gotten this kind of numbers during the first month, the government would just be toast. Wow. Wow, Army's really being greedy there. I like the finance ministers more than I like the armies. I can live on a smaller budget. All I really need are airplanes. We're going to go for 5,000 for me, 4,000 for the army, because they already have 2,000 in reserve. Oops. Foreign, we're doing 3 actions. We're doing war, we're doing war participation, we're doing negotiations, so we'll do 3. Bases, we do need some repairs done, so this is like your repairing and building new facilities fund. Technology, we're going to go for 6,000. This looks very similar to the Prime Minister's. That keeps our government 55. That's pretty good. Are we identical to the Prime Minister? No. Alrighty. Alrighty. I risk people using a bide to waste time, so I'm going to do a unify. Refused. Refused. Got him. Got him. Okay, so those are the two big ones. He just stole them. Dang. Okay. Stole them from me. Extending. Yep. Wasting time. I still have the Prime Minister on my side. And I'm going to try to plea this guy down. Because I think he has the Chief of Staff with him. There we go. So he doesn't have a plan any longer. Hey, cool. Thank you. And we're going to just bide it. Get rid of it. That should... Unless the Chief of Staff goes back to that guy because he made a new order. Actually, it looks like it would. Yeah, it looks like he did. Okay. Okay. So it's still split. I. Alright, that's 3. Alright. We'll do our ideas for the technology, so 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and industry will give 2,000, because the higher industry gets, the cheaper it is and faster it is to build things. That's why it's really not worth it to start building a bunch of ships in your first couple of months. Because within a few months, if you can put enough into your industry, you'll start building new ships eventually that would be done quicker and cheaper than the ones you would have queued up in December. So they'll actually end up being finished faster than the ones you would have done in December. All right, we don't need to give supplies to anyone. The Army's good, the Navy's good, we're fine. Keep it in the national pool. Plan to the future. We're going to be the ant versus the grasshopper. We're putting away stuff for the future. He's doing a unify. Alright. So we're going to do... we're going to try to plead him down, I guess. Just because he's one of the more damaging people. And he has the finance minister on his side anyway. So if the finance minister didn't have a plan... Shoot, okay, well the prime minister has him on his side. Okay, now nobody's on anybody's side. It goes quick. We're just going to refuse. Okay, so he got pleaded down. Passed back to me, thank you. Direct. We're going to direct the Chief of Staff to us because we know he doesn't have a refusal. So he's on our side. So if this meeting ends... Hey, look at that. If this meeting ends, we should be good. So... Chief of the Navy? Aye. Cool, we're done. Oh, no. Aye. Okay, now we're done. Cool, that puts a bunch of money back into the national budget there. And we really don't even need to draft anyone else. I don't need to draft anyone. The Navy is good. The Army has 18 in reserve. We're just going to say it's fine as it is. The Army hasn't really been losing anybody. I've lost 1 division. So he got pleaded down. We're going to just cycle out a refuse card. He got pleaded down. Here's a unify. This is a good play by him. I'm going to refuse. Okay. So I think he's the foreign minister. Yeah, we're gonna direct him because he has a couple people on his side. He had a refusal card. Okay. All right. Now the finance guy has someone on his side. All right. Well, the finance guy wins. I think he's the one that only had. What just happened? Finance minister? Oh, I don't understand how that happened, but I'll take it. Alright, cool. We are done with the meeting. Save the game. Alright. Airplanes. We need airplanes. So we're going to build some of these G4M land attack aircraft. So we have 34 in reserve, so let's go with a nice even 36. That'll give us 70 in reserve. We need some B5N4s. We need a lot of these. Let's go with 90 of those. We need dive bombers. Let's go with 80 of those. We need more zeros, always. So we're going to go with 80 of those. And then we'll go for scouts. Doesn't hurt to have more scouts. We'll go for 5 of those. 15, so it brings us up to 60. So that's a nice amount of aircraft we're bringing into the inventory this time around. Leaves us with 1,000 money, so we'll use some of that for transports. We'll do 30 transports. That's okay. And we have 850 money. We lost 12 ships last month. And we're building we have 6 under construction right now. Again, we're just gonna let it slide. Save our money to next month. Yeah, this is fine as far as the same targets for spies. That probably burned through a lot more of our money. It was like 200 to go to Hawaii and 100 for whatever we're at, anywhere else, I think. So it's probably another 400 gone. All right, we're back. Brand new month. So we're gonna go back to Saigon. We're gonna go to 4th Fleet. Nope, we don't need the Army Division. We're gonna resupply our aircraft. Grab those torpedo bombers. And that is good to go. And then we need to go to the map again. Go up here to Kure. So the 1st Fleet. Oops, sorry. 1st Fleet. We have 7 ships in the fleet. They're still in dry dock. But once they get out of dry dock, we're going to be assigning the Yamato to them. So that's going to be pretty sweet. Okay. 10th Fleet. That's it. You know, it's some cruisers. What kind of cruisers are they? Looks like a heavy cruiser and maybe a light cruiser. So I'll check in on this fleet here real quick before we decide what we do with the other fleet. So we got 3 cruisers, 5 destroyers. They still have 58% of their fuel left, so they're fine. So that means we can send this fleet, which is the 9th Fleet. Nope, 10th Fleet. I'm going to give them some orders to resupply down here at Saigon. We need some invasion power down there. We need some ships that can land infantry. And then we're going to sail with escorts. And all this sailing around and putting up escorts and stuff gives us experience on this fleet. So these air groups getting some XP. Map. And then back over here to Marshall. It's raining, so it's going to be hard to spot anyone. We'll better give it a try at least. Gilbert should be able to Air Force rearm. You can see how this new air group only has 25 experience. So we're gonna use these guys to scout. And then let's check out truck. Do we have anyone in truck that we can send over to Marshall? We do not. Okay. Okay. Well, one thing we can do, we can assign Marines, and we'll replace that 12th Marines that was destroyed. So they go into Kure. They go into your home base. So we're going to go here. We're going to grab them. We're going to order you to defend Gosh, I think we're going to order you to defend Hanoi. Because we are going to be going to war with China. Shanghai should have army defenders. They have army. Nanking, army. Yep, okay. Wuhan should have army. They have a lot of army. Okay, so Wuhan's good. So we're kind of positioned. Okay, we have a mix, and then Hanoi has a lot of army. Okay, so we're actually positioned decently for a war with China. Like, that's going to be on the army to do. Like, I can't really affect that. Like, we have to put our faith in the army. So we're going to conclude the move phase. Running low on fuel, someone. The enemy fleet has entered port. 2 cruisers, 3 destroyers. They might be picking up more troops, or just refueling. Okay, so who needs fuel? Probably a submarine. No, it's a fleet. 7th fleet. 2 battleships. They are running low on fuel, so we're going to order you to resupply at truck. They were on their way to Marshall, but this is going to cost us a couple of days to get them resupplied. I really wouldn't mind having the Yamato in that fleet, but that's an old fleet, I think. I think that has the Nagato in it. It's the Congo. 11 movement points. It's actually a pretty decently quick fleet there. We'll say we're done with this planning phase. There's just the fighting there on Marshall. Okay. Enemy sub. And we're going to check, now that the fleet is resupplied there with aircraft, we're going to have to start monitoring. No. We're going to have to start monitoring the weather around Singapore, and once they have stormy weather, we can send in an air attack and chop up some of their aircraft. So we're going to put up an air group, some escorts. Yep. And sail. Keep sailing towards Singapore. Alrighty. And then over here, we didn't do any fighting because we couldn't scout for anyone. And no one actually attacked Marshall, which was kind of fun, kind of good for us. A little bit of a reprieve, I suppose. Still raining in this center, or in this center hex here, center square. So we're going to avoid that. Okay, we're done. First fleet is finally repaired at Carre. Alright, here at Marshall, we're going to search. Alright, use up a lot of our movement points. We didn't find anybody. What about Gilbert's? Gilbert has more scouts overall. No one, okay. Well, that's not nice. Just fighting around Marshall. And we've declared war on China. Marines, 15th Marines. Okay. I have a little bit of a plan here. I have some Marines here at Palau. Let's check Saigon real quick. 300 troops, so we're good to go there. Saigon is safe. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these from Palau, the 11th Marines. I'm going to give them new orders to defend Saigon. And then that gives us some options. Like, we'll have some more Marines down here in Saigon. Once these cruiser fleets get down here and get resupplied and all that, we can pick up some Marines. We can start eyeballing some of these Indian, like the English colony of India, like Calcutta, Colombo, all that. We can start eyeballing some of those bases. We're also going to need troops to attack Singapore. Escorts. That's due to raining. Okay, well, we're gonna up here anyway. We're gonna go further away from Singapore. That's fine. We do want to keep our distance from Singapore because we're pretty sure they still have some nasty aircraft. Map. And just a bunch of fleets converging here at Truk. I'm gonna go back up here to Curry. First fleet. Okay. We're going to assign fleets. First fleet. We are going to assign from reserve a battleship. Yamato, 99 fleet attack, 60 air attack. Now we can go in here, we can look at first fleet. And I want to get Yamato out of there, and I want to get them into like the second fleet or whatever that is that only has 2 battleships, because that fleet is faster. This has Nagato in it, which is slow. It only gives me 9 movement points. I would rather have Yamato be like a little bit more mobile. Okay. 7th fleet, that must be the, I think that's the battleship fleet. I saw something else was short on supplies. 11th fleet. This is the anti-submarine fleet that I sent down to Gilbert. They have 29% fuel. They're actually fine. But what I'll do is I will order them to resupply at Gilbert. Otherwise, they'll just keep complaining every turn. Alright, search. Nothing. You know, we're gonna get that cruiser fleet out of here because 7th fleet is on the way. Oh, they don't have enough fuel. Order you to supply at, I guess, Truk. You're gonna be a little bit vulnerable trying to repair there, but 7th Fleet, order you to patrol around the Marshall Islands. And then, yeah, this is planning phase, so I can't do any supplies, like aircraft supplies or anything. Okay. Now we'll go in here. We'll grab 13th Fleet, and we will resupply the aircraft on Ryuju. This fleet here could really use a little bit of reinforcement as well, but I don't know what I could put in there. Okay. And that's basically everything I wanted to do this turn, right? That will conclude the turn. Alright. The Allies, or the Chinese, are moving through China now. They're taking some posts. I don't know if we plan to counter it with the forces we have in Hong Kong. Just Marine. Well, we'll hang tight and we'll see what we can do here whenever they arrive. That's all the planning I needed to do, right? Yep. Approaching Wuhan base with enemy aircraft. I can't really do anything about this. This is all like army stuff. Enemy subs. Okay. Map. Curry. First Fleet, we're going to organize the formation. Oh, that's not what I need. Organize the fleet with itself. And what we're just doing is we're just swapping the spots. There's the Nagato, 25 speed. The Matsu slow. Let's tell you what we'll do. We'll put the Matsu and the Nagato into their own fleet. And the Yamato keeps this fleet here, which will go to top speed of 27 due to the Yamato being in there. Everybody gets 4, well, this fleet will get 4 transports at least. 100%, 61. We're going to order them to we need shore bombardment, so we're going to order them down here towards Singapore. And the Yamato will be excellent at that. And in the 5th Fleet, we're going to order you to resupply down at Truck. 12th Fleet, we're going to order you to resupply down at Truck. And maybe when we get there, we can do a little bit of a fleet shuffle. Okay, 2nd Fleet. Cancel. We're going to organize with the 9th Fleet. And we're just going to slap these destroyers This is a slow battleship fleet as well. But they need some protection from submarines. There we go. We will order you to resupply. We're going to need some We're gonna need some firepower down at Marshall, so we're gonna send you to truck. Yamato's going west, and you'll go east. All right, we're 35 minutes in, so we're gonna call it there. So we're gonna save the game, and we got some interesting stuff in the future here. It looks like we might have to do some of the fighting in China ourselves. Like we'll probably just have to wait for China to attack our bases here, and let the army take care of it. And after they do that, maybe I'll have to order the Marines to go capture these bases ourselves. But if we take a look at the network here, the Allies will be getting the supplies from China this month, probably. Unless we can take both Rangoon and Colombo. How much are they getting? A little bit more. It's not a ton. Like this is stuff here, and then some oil. Like a little bit of oil. So they're not getting a whole lot more this month than they did last month. They should have got a ton from last month. Okay. All right. We're gonna call it here. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time.